Alright, it is time for episode 2 of Echo. Last time we left our protagonist, she was alone in a temple, screaming at the darkness.
Hello? Anyone home?
Doubtful?
I'm
Very
moving
doubtful.
down. There must be some sort of power below the halls.
Oh, lady, you have some foolish ideas. Hey, this is a good idea. Let's go to a planet crumbling into dust with a giant, rich palace underneath. Probably lots of security and ghosts. And shout. Shout like we mean it.
Anyone home? Anyone home?
Shouting. Is that your plan?
Alright, I am hoping that those are not eyes, but my shoulder cams. And they are my shoulder cams. Good deal. Cool. Mirrors in a dark palace thing. Not unsettling.
I recognize these. They look like the stone faces at the gates between the garden terraces. Maybe it's a door of some sort.
Okay.
We called them gatekeepers. They were supposed to make us ponder if we were worthy to pass.
You're not getting through without power, and this place is dead.
Poke it in the eyes.
Anyone home?
Nope. See something there at the end of the hallway. Nope, just a cool chandelier. Hello. Alright. Can we vault it? We can vault it! Shh. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Look at that.
Ooh, a thing.
It's a voice.
It looks like a tuning fork.
Yes, obviously. The resourcefuls call them voices. Strike them and let the true tone interfere to find clarity and enlightenment.
Ah, of course.
Or shout at it.
Hello?
Nope.
What does that mean?
The suit detects a pattern to the sound, and the decryption is kicking in.
Okay. There any more? Is that? Yep, that's another one.
It's definitely picking up something. I think they're
Okay.
pieces of a puzzle.
So we have
We
to
need
find
more of
all
them to
these
find out
tuning
what it
forks.
is.
All the tuning forks. Okay. Oh, good. More definitely not creepy mirrors. Is that another one? No, looks like a globe or something. You know, the overall feel of this game reminds me a little bit of Myst and Riven from way back, like Windows 98. Those are fun games. I mean, impossible without a guide, but fun nevertheless. Oop, there's another one. Okay. It's a vase. Right, like this game is all a bit like Discovery-y and relaxing and stuff, but I can't help feel a little bit of anticipation. It's like, it's dark, you got headphones on, there's these light tones coming from everywhere. I don't have a gun, because Hal decided that, hey, you know what? You don't need to defend yourself in an abandoned palace. Just need to accept your fate when it comes along.
That door is different. I bet that's an activation mechanism for the door.
concur. Alright, I've got to find this tuning fork.
This is meaningless. Foster is dead. Some things just cannot be undone. Think about it. If you could capture the souls of the dead in a cube, and then bring the person back to life, surely it would be a huge industry.
It's not like that. I know for a fact that he's in there.
I have wondered how you came to believe that, but I doubt that I'll agree with your reasoning. You resourcefuls are too far removed from reality to make sense. You've seen nothing but the bought and paid for fairy tale designed by your grandfather.
Well, the reality of my fairy tale upbringing was that it was all about this place. No, even before that, my genes. Graham spent centuries creating his resourcefuls, carefully picking potential from the gene pool. We were created to come here, and this feels very real to me.
So we're either a race called resourcefuls, or we're the byproduct of genetic selection. Ooh, there's a thing over there! Man, I sure hope I got all those tuning forks. Or at least most of them, or the last one's over here or something like that.
Now, these I know. We had rings exactly like them in the gardens.
The suit detects a small gravity charge inside the scepter.
Perhaps it can power the big door. The pedestal looks like the activation mechanism.
I now have a scepter. That makes me royalty. Ooh, it glows a little bit.
Just out of curiosity, what's the higher meaning of keeping scepters displayed inside huge rings made of gold? It does seem a bit much, even if you are filthy rich.
The rings were not for show. They are part of our training.
Oh, and you do what exactly? Step inside and feel wealthy?
Not quite. The rings spin up, and the challenge is to get out in one piece. At first, staying in there is the only sane thing to do. But as the hunger comes, the rhythm of the spinning starts to sink in. At some point, you realize that starving eats away at your chance of making it out. Then the leap. No, wait too long.
Right. You almost had me going there for a while.
Well, I hope we're combat religious people. Or a cult. The cult possibility is starting to seem a little more likely. A space cult. Who apparently...
By the way, I don't know if you noticed that there were no other exits from this pit than the big door. How I hope the scepter will magically make it open.
It will work.
Must be nice always feeling that the world will act in your favor. It doesn't, though. My guess is that you will learn this momentarily.
The richest space cult in all the galaxy. Everything is gold. They bought a planet.
Now, let's see.
Nothing.
Wow.
What a shock.
That is a little anticlimactic.
Looks like you might be joining Foster after all. Just not the way you imagined.
I don't get it. What Gramps did to hundreds of resourcefuls for this? I saw it the day I came to you. The subject lies down on a marble surface with a strange silver pattern. And the silver unfolds, pierces the skin, and slithers inside.
Yeah.
In about half an hour, it consumes everything. And all that remains is an empty slab of marble and a newly formed cube.
No.
He called it the translation. The flesh and the soul shall enter the palace through separate doors. We've said it 1,000 times.
Cult.
Never realizing.
Cult! Definitely a cult.
I didn't catch Foster's soul in a magical cube. He was dying, and I translated him.
You killed him. The fact that your grandfather did unspeakable things doesn't prove he was right? That Foster can come back? That's insane.
It was the only chance we had, and believe me, I'm good at chances. I gamble for a living, remember? That's how I stayed alive all these years after leaving the gardens.
Well, this time it didn't pan out. Look at you now.
You think I'm giving up?
Looks like they used Duracell. So we've got a corpse on our back, made with technology.
Do you see that? The dim glow.
The activation of the door must have triggered a chemiluminescent. Not uncommon for evacuation purposes.
Interesting. Whoa. Okay, let's not go left or right, because that might end in an internal walk at our shuffle jog. And the eternal jog it is. It's quiet. Too quiet. I'm gonna be very
This place is huge.
Oh, there we go.
This hallway alone could easily house all the resourcefuls that ever were.
You finding anything here without coordinates would be a miracle. I compared the quarters you're in now with the overall structure of the planet. The palace is everywhere, all the way to the core. Huge sectors separated by the outside structures you were in.
All the way through the planet core. Jump! Alright, we'll wait for our energy to recharge and jump again.
I'm getting some local increases in energy emission.
Know what it is?
Can't tell. It's not radiation. One of them is close to your location. I'll pin it to your HUD.
Nope, won't let me oh, an objective! Oh, finally! Oh, slowing down.
I've got to give it to him, the old man. This place is spectacular.
Nothing but an infinite palace would suffice for you resourcefuls.
I wish you'd stop calling me resourceful.
It's what you are.
I had the training, but I never bought into Gramps' vision. I never wanted any of this.
Yet here you are.
I was 6 the first time I ran away. I hiked for weeks to see what was beyond the gardens. When I finally reached the wall, Gramps was there waiting for me. There's nothing out there but people living like animals, fighting to please their immediate needs and desires. They have no ambition, no perspective. Why fight to get the best out of the little time you have on Earth when you could be fighting to have much more? He went on about the wonders of the palace, but he had already lost me. All I could hear was the blood rushing in my veins. I wanted that. To fight for the here and now. I decided that I would do whatever it took to make that happen. So I went back with him, to follow the training, figuring I'd need it to get away. And I was good. He called me his prize. Before the turn, I ran, just shy of 15. I've been out for 7 years now. Not really what you'd call a running away from home excursion.
Not really, no.
London, you've got to believe me. Foster was a bloody mess and wouldn't have made it out alive. None of us would if I tried to escape with him like that.
He gave you the lighter, so he must have wanted me to take you here. But he would never buy into your grandfather's delusions. It's so far-fetched it almost makes me sick.
So the lighter's like the key to the spaceship? And another door. Alright, I thought I saw a little balcony over here I could jump off of. You know, like any sane individual would do. There we go. That one didn't even cost a cell. Door. 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 Okay.
Is that a throne?
Ooh. You bet I want to sit on this throne. Alright, well.
Look. This must be it.
Okay, I don't know what it is, but I would like to have this as my living room. With some, you know, actual lights instead of evacuation lights. And think of the workout you'd get every day doing the Stairmaster. Okay, looks like a translator thing that we just heard about.
It looks exactly like the thing that made the cube.
Are we about to do hydraulic press versus cube? Nope. Oh, that is not a good sound.
Something's not right. I'm picking up a whole load of anomalies.
Oh dear. Well,
London?
I may have made a poor decision.
Foster?
Poor life choice.
Foster?
Oh boy.
Are you doing this?
Ben, I thought I lost you. Massive power surges are blazing through the outside structures. And the gravity clouding nearly tore me apart.
She's waking up.
Who's
More
she?
like malfunctioning. If those reaction veins cross... Wait, what's that? Something's wrong with your HUD.
I think it's the cube telling me where to go. It happened when I put it on my back.
Unlikely. The suit is hard-coded and all blocks capped to the minimum. No room for adding to or altering the code.
Okay. Well. I hope this place has paid its electric bill. Ah, doors work.
See that? The suit's being enabled to interface with the palace. Maybe it's Foster trying to help.
Foster was many things, but not a systems physicist.
Why are you
Yeah.
still denying that we have a chance? Everything around us is a marvel.
Everything around you is critically unstable. I think the whole place is malfunctioning.
I'm with
you
the
should
AI.
be getting out of there.
I concur. But the objective, instead of saying the normal sane thing, which is run away quickly, we are going to go that way. Because that's where we're going. Oh boy, cube is glowing.
Look, I got a new waypoint, and it's a lot closer.
Just, knock knock. Sweet. Okay. Alright. We got...
Look at that.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Did you see that?
Just
It
happened.
charged my suit.
I don't know what sort of holographic phenomenon that was, but it was extremely compatible with the dual retention system of your suit.
All right. I guess I want to go this way. Yeah, let's go this way.
Look, there are more of them.
Power for your suit won't be a problem. The outside of the palace sectors burn red hot, but even inside the walls and floors I read a buildup of gravity charge.
Why would anyone need power on a scale like that?
I hope it's not part of the malfunction. Overcharging would be catastrophic.
Always seeing the bright side.
All right, we're on a more direct path now. Oh, an office. Different. Oh! Whoa. Okay. So we are not worthy to go through that door.
This is bad, N. The palace system's shut down, but it's still charging. The jewel mass is nearing the Dirac child limit.
Oh!
That felt horrible. I couldn't move.
It was a massive energy discharge. It must have made your suit brace.
The
Okay.
lights have stabilized.
The discharge kicked in system processes planet-wide, but it's producing a lot more energy than needed. Building up charge again.
Alright, so that's different. But at least there's light now and I can see what's going on. Look at this. This is beautiful. Oh! I just had to open my mouth. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Oh, and you can't go through that door. Ah! And there's another charge. There's another charge.
Another discharge.
Okay.
There's air
Oh,
now.
there.
How is that possible?
I don't know. The chemical composition of the environment was altered in the blink of an eye. That must have been what the energy buildup was for.
I mean, if it saves some suit power, I'll take breathable air, even though it's probably full of death. Oh, probably about to have another pulse. Yep, there it is. My suit
What the-
braced.
Flowers? They weren't here before the blackout, right?
No, they were not.
I guess it's part of the welcoming package.
Hey, friend, Hal, buddy, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and need you to just restore power to my gun. All right, like it's just you know, the creepies is happening. Right. The creepies is happening, and I do not appreciate.
What's that?
It's a turd. Oh, we got people running around and pooping now. Oh.
No, there are more of them.
Oh boy, let's just back up and we'll just wait and see what happens. All right, well, nothing much. Did they get bigger? Oh boy.
Everything is so neat. Weird how it scatters these chunks all over.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna end this episode here, and you know, go look at some puppies.